Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Balin, and I wanted to talk about something amazing that was heard about a day or so ago in a Game Breaker video. I can't remember. I will have a link to the video in the description. And one of the things was talked about was it was an interview with an Elder Scrolls Online developer, and one of the things they talked about was groups. So I've always been a huge fan of group works because, for me, I played Final Fantasy XI when I was really into the MMO scene. And I didn't like the idea of questing because questing really seemed like these whole... in Final Fantasy, you walked very slow. You didn't have mounts. All you had were chocobos, and those were very restrictive. So, you know, I always hated questing because I knew that it was going to involve a lot of running, and there was not a lot of ways to make the questing faster. So what we had to do was to get our experience, we killed monsters. And it wasn't just like killing monsters, you just go out and do it by yourself. Most of the time, you needed to work as a group. In fact, only until like about a couple years ago, they added a system where it's more you can solo to get up to your high levels now. But the system was generally in place to say that you had to work as a group, because if you worked by yourself, you wouldn't get enough. But the thing that was released for Elder Scrolls Online was they said your casual group systems are going to consist of a maximum of 3 people. And then when you get to your dungeons and your raid bosses, you can go to groups of 24. And now for me, that is a perfect amount of people, because that to me says you can have a tank, you can have a healer, you can have your damage dealer, or you can have your mage, your tank. You can have any combination of your people that you need, really, one to take damage, one to deal damage, and one to possibly heal. But the thing is, I'm really intrigued by this at the same time, because that number 3 is a very magical number in my opinion, because so far Elder Scrolls Online has only talked about that they're going to be launching 4 main classes that you can select from at the beginning. Between that and the 9 races, that's a pretty wide selection. But I'm intrigued by it because if you think about it, 3 is almost a magical number. For Final Fantasy, our group numbers were 6, and what it would do is it would create this whole problem of trying to find the right people, because in Final Fantasy you needed the tank, you needed your damage dealer, you needed your polar, you needed your healer, you needed your mage, you needed your support class. You know, and I'm sure in World of Warcraft it was the same thing. You know, you would need your DPS, you would need your paladin, you would need your fucking your rogues, you need your guy casting down the wards. It's all the same system. But 3 is a magical number because it really pulls back on that. 3 is more like a friend number. Me and my buddy can go out questing, or if we want to add another person, me and my 2 best friends, we can go out and EXP together. Because it really reduces down on like random parties. And what that means is that, you know, you don't have to spend as much time, because there's only 4 classes in the 9 races. You don't have to spend much time going, oh man, we really need a support class, but there's only like 5 people in all the Aldari Dominion that are support classes, and all of them are in a experienced group right now, so we can't get any of them. But I mean, that would happen if you had about 6 or 10 person parties. So 3 is a magical number in my opinion, but what's your opinion on this? So send me an audio, tell me what you think, because I think that group number is perfect, but I'm kind of weirded out a little bit by the sense of that we're gonna have like these whole 3-person groups, which is very small, and then when we go to our endgame stuff, we're gonna have 24 people. That seems like a very wide jump, because depending on what MMO you've played in the past, it's like, you know, you have your healer, your mage, your damage dealer, your support, and your tanker. And all of those are different roles that people need to learn. And that's an obvious factor about any game, is that if you're not good at what role you're playing, obviously you're not going to be that helpful. So when we're going to a 3-person system to a 24-person system, could it be like, you know, a healer's only been used to healing 2 people while they're up fighting, now they have to heal like 8 people? Are we going to experience problems like that? But we don't know that kind of stuff yet. So what do you think? Tell me. Guys, I have that email linked in the description. Go follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch. All that stuff's in the description, because I want to hear what you have to say, guys. This is all really intriguing stuff. So hit me up when you get a chance. And, you know, Elder Scrolls Online, man. We'll get there one of these days.